Senator Graham, let's start with you. Do you have any faith that the president's plan is going to work?
Not much. There's probably a pony in that interview you did with Dennis McDonough, but at the end of the day, ISIL has to be encouraged by what was just said. When the White House tells the world we say what we mean and we do what we say, nobody believes that anymore. This is a turning point in the war on terror. We're fighting a terrorist army, not an organization. It's going to take an army to beat an army. And this idea we'll never have any boots on the ground to defeat them in Syria is fantasy. And all this has come home to roost over the last 3 years of incompetent decisions. So to destroy ISIL, what I was told or what I heard in your interview won't even come close to destroy ISIL. It's delusional in the way they approach this.
Senator Graham, when it comes to Iraqi forces, Free Syrian Army rebels there, do you have any faith that they'll be up to the task of doing what needs to be done to defeat ISIL, whatever you want to call it?
The first thing I want to tell the American people, from my point of view, it is our fight. It is not just their fight. This is a radical Islamic army that's pushing the theory of a master religion, not a master race like the Nazis. This is not about bringing a few people to justice who behead the innocent in a brutal fashion. It's about protecting millions of people throughout the world from a radical Islamic army. They're intending to come here. So I will not let this president suggest to the American people we can outsource our security, and this is not about our safety. There is no way in hell you can form an army on the ground to go into Syria to destroy ISIL without a substantial American component. And to destroy ISIL, you have to kill or capture their leaders, take the territory they hold back, cut off their financing, and destroy their capability to regenerate. This is a war we're fighting. It is not a counterterrorism operation. This is not Somalia. This is not Yemen. This is a turning point in the war on terror. Our strategy will fail yet again. This president needs to rise to the occasion before we all get killed back here at home.
Senator Graham, what do you say to the idea, which is exactly the flip side of your argument, that if you do make this an American fight, you will only attract more people to join ISIS, that the best way to handle this is for the indigenous forces to take back their own territory and kick these thugs out?
Apparently, nobody's been listening to what Senator McCain and I have been saying for the last 3 years. We said train the Free Syrian Army so they can take this fight on. Instead of training the Free Syrian Army, the president overruled his entire national security team and abandoned the Free Syrian Army. We're talking about an army now, not an organization. 31,000 is the best guess, holding territory in Iraq and Syria the size of Indiana. And for anybody to suggest that we can do this with air power alone, or this is like Yemen and Somalia, is disingenuous and delusional. I want a regional coalition. I want the Free Syrian Army in the fight. I want Arab countries in the fight. But here's what I'm tired of hearing from this administration and my friends on the other side and within my party, that this is somehow easy and really not our fight. Name one Arab army you could put together anytime soon to deal with a terrorist army of over 30,000 without a substantial American commitment, not the 82nd Airborne, but intelligence, special forces, to go in there and dig these guys out. I am tired of hearing from this administration how easy this is going to be when it's going to be hard. And the consequences of losing, my friend, is if they survive our best shot, this is the last best chance to knock them out, then they will open the gates of hell to spill out on the world. This is not a Sunni versus Sunni problem. This is ISIL versus mankind.
Well.